What is going on? Diamond Eyes here, coming at you with another video. Today we'll be doing a little quick patch tutorial on how to do the NVENC encoder plugin that I showed about a couple months ago on this same channel, where I was showing you how to use the NVENC encoder to encode your videos inside of Adobe Premiere. Now, Adobe Premiere has been one of those kind of finicky software with OBS at the same time. Currently, right now, I had an issue where recording OBS during the same version as Adobe Premiere, like both of the same programs at the same time running, they had major issues where there were some errors going around where you could not record the NVENC encoder inside of OBS while Adobe Premiere was running. Now, one of the things I found is, especially on that same particular forum page, there is a link to basically the Facebook from Russia, pretty much, like the Russian version of Facebook. This person I translated for one thing. There is a patch file that was made, and hopefully it was only a bug, hopefully a mistake or a bug that was in the program Premiere Pro that had the issue where if you had the NVENC plugin, it will not actually work correctly. I have no idea what was the major issue here, but this particular patch file that I downloaded from this particular person, it basically allowed me to do a GPU patch.bin file that was downloaded. Now, I downloaded this file from this particular person, and the link will be in the description of this video to make sure you can find it. It is a .bin file. Now, the .bin file needs to be renamed to a .exe file. That's the one that you need to do for allowing you to patch it. Now, to patch these files, you have to go into your program files and go into the Adobe Premiere, go to your Adobe Premiere where it's being installed pretty much. So, in my case, program files, Adobe, and then I use personally Premiere Pro and Adobe Media Encoder. This is mostly for Premiere Pro and the Media Encoder. You can do it for both, or you can do it just for one of them. It doesn't really matter. So this is the main folder of Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, that patch file with the GPU patch.bin that you actually downloaded, it must be renamed the .exe before you put it into this particular location in your videos. So I have here the exe file that's located right now, as you can see right here, and then as you click on it, you must run as administrator. So you must have administrator rights or run an administrative account. Hit run as administrator, make sure it hits the patch. And as you see here, it actually patches only one file, the GPU foundation.dll file. And as you notice, as it says, the DL has already been patched. Please enter to close the window. For you, if you haven't started this before, it actually is going to patch it for yourself, and it will actually go through the actual description as to which one you need to do to download, or to which one it will actually do for you. In this case, as you can see here, I have two new files here, one of them being the GPU foundation.dll, which was patched by this particular program, and a backup version of the same file. Now, the same file I had was from May 30th, 2017, which is when I had major issues with this particular plugin not actually working on me right now. And that version of Adobe Premiere is the version I have is from version 11.11 pretty much. So basically the 2017 edition of Premiere Pro, and it has like a version 0.11. The regular Premiere Pro file, the version summary you need is basically above the version 0.11, and it states it right here. So the Premiere Pro CC 2017 via version 11.1.x whatever. That's the particular one that had the major issues with this plugin. Alright, so here, as you notice, inside the format screen, you'll see it under the NVENC export dot whatever you have, which version you're using. I'm using 1.11. That's the one I currently use. There is a 1.12, but I found that is not my favorite. It doesn't work with my GPU at all, so I decided just to use that particular version. And if you notice here, GPU selection says your GTX Titan, and then you can check the config file for, from the NVENC, what you pretty much have to look through. Most of the default settings are fine. Just set it to your resolution, like 1080p, 2720p, 4K, excuse me, and other things like that. But you get the point. And just showing you the export here. And as soon as you hit the export button, so let's say I'll just export this. Yeah, go back to your sensors tab. You notice the video engine load has now increased to 99%, which means my OBS is going to say the encoder is overloaded, but the video engine use is being used by the Premiere Pro and allowing it to be recorded. So this is just the patch file. This is one particular file you just need to download. All you got to do is do it, put it into the main program files of the Adobe, either Premiere Pro or Media Encoder, or both, whatever you decide. Run it once as an administrator, and that's it. It should be patched for you. this is just a patch version, so this could be patched in later versions of Adobe Premiere, or it could also not work at all for you as well. So just got to make sure of that, and that's it. So I hope to see you in the next video. If you still have any problems, hit me down in the comments or hit me up at Twitter at DiamondRice. So I will see you soon. Later.